Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, chaos and terror in Washington, dangerous weather across the Midwest, the royals coming to the White House, and Anne Hathaway here in our studio. Breaking overnight, new details in the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting. President Trump and the First Lady on stage when the shots rang out. Most of the presidential line of succession in the ballroom, swarmed by law enforcement. Guests duck under tables.
Certainly a very unsettling scene, just a few moments into this dinner.
Video shows the suspect charging past a Secret Service checkpoint. How did he get as close as he did so heavily armed? Agents took down the 31-year-old and took him into custody. Now what we're learning about the motive.
But this individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could.
Law enforcement officials say he was planning a mass shooting, targeting top administration officials. The message he sent his family before the attack.
Deadly severe weather outbreak. At least 14 tornadoes touching down over the weekend, leaving a trail of destruction. As new wildfires erupt in Georgia, firefighters race to contain the massive infernos, fueled by extreme drought conditions. Ginger tracking it all.
Royal visit. King Charles and Queen Camilla arriving in Washington to mark America's 250th birthday, with Saturday night's shooting, the war with Iran, and the Epstein scandal all looming over the trip. Ready for takeoff? Almost. This morning, Gio is at JFK Airport with a closer look at the air taxis that could cut down a ride that could take an hour or more to just minutes.
Prayers answered for the Rockets with a win over LeBron and LA. Plus, Wemby back in action.
Wembanyama for the stop.
Soaring for the Spurs. And look who's waking up with us.
Hello.
Anne Hathaway, starring in 5 movies this year alone.
And that's why I came in here all like, oh.
The Oscar winner is here to kick off your week. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America, and it is Monday, and thank you for joining us. It's been a very busy weekend and a busy morning. Ginger is standing by, tracking the very latest on the severe weather, tornadoes, and wildfires.
We're going to begin with the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. President Trump was on stage in the hotel ballroom with the First Lady when the shooter charged past the security checkpoint. Shots rang out. One hit a Secret Service officer in his bulletproof vest.
So thankfully, he is okay. The suspected gunman was quickly subdued, taken into custody. He is expected to appear in court today to face federal charges. We have team coverage this morning with the latest on the investigation and what we're learning about the suspect. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, starts us off. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. And this White House and this town are still in shock. This event every year is intended to bring Washington together, but it is also the ultimate target. Most of the presidential line of succession there in the room on Saturday night. And it was a frightening scene. I was about 20 feet from the president when we heard that loud bang, the Secret Service swarming in, everyone told to get down as they rushed to protect the president. This morning, the terrifying and chaotic scene at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The president, First Lady, and the evening's entertainer, Oz the Mentalist, seen talking on stage when a loud bang was heard. The First Lady visibly shaken, appearing to mouth, "What happened?" Law enforcement immediately rushing in, swarming the ballroom. Secret Service forcing the president to the ground, rushing him off stage. Overnight telling CBS about the moment.
I wanted to see what was happening, and I wasn't making it that easy for him. I wanted to see what was going on. And by that time, we started to realize maybe it was a bad problem, different kind of a problem, bad one.
Meanwhile, some 2,600 guests hitting the ground, ducking under tables. It's certainly a very unsettling scene. Just a few moments into this dinner, we're all just trying to piece together what exactly just happened here. Agents in full tactical gear, guns drawn, escorting out lawmakers and top administration officials. Most of the presidential line of succession there in the room. Vice President J.D. Vance, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Marco Rubio, and Pete Hegseth all evacuated. FBI Director Kash Patel right there too, just outside the ballroom. Trump posting this video of the alleged suspect, now identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen, charging past a Secret Service checkpoint. Erin Tillman had stepped out of the dinner to check on her kids, only to watch the alleged attacker rush by.
And he had a look of determination and focus, and he was zeroed in on something. And he was running in my direction as I was on the phone with my son. And then I heard 3 really loud gunshots. My ear is still ringing from being so close to the gunshots.
Secret Service forcing the would-be gunman to the ground. One agent shot and wounded in the attempted attack. Law enforcement officials now say he was planning a mass shooting, targeting the president and other top administration officials. Back at the White House, Trump addressing reporters shortly after the incident.
My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job.
And describing that harrowing moment.
I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise.
The president, who had survived 2 previous assassination attempts, acknowledging the state of political violence in the country.
It's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job.
The president arguing that, unfortunately, this is now a part of doing that job. He is, though, saying that he's not reconsidering his own security posture going forward or attending events like this in the future, but he is using this attempted attack to justify the building of his White House ballroom here on the grounds, which is being challenged now, that construction. The president saying this is exactly why they need that kind of space here at the White House, Michael.
All right, Mary, thank you so much for your reporting. We're going to go for the latest on the investigation. Let's go to Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas. And good morning to you, Pierre.
Michael, good morning. Law enforcement sources are describing allegations that point to a suspect who is extremely intelligent and who was meticulous in planning to conduct a mass shooting that was intended to kill top administration officials, including possibly the president.
This morning, ABC News has learned of disturbing new details about the alleged motive of 31-year-old Cole Allen, the man authorities say raced past security, allegedly willing to kill as many people as possible at the White House Correspondents' dinner.
It is clear, based upon what we know so far, that this individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could.
Sources describe a message Cole Allen allegedly sent to his family before the attack. That message allegedly describes grievances against Trump administration officials, expressing how, if necessary, he would kill from the highest ranking to the lowest, including any Secret Service member that got in his way. He allegedly ends the message with a critique of hotel security, noting how his plan to check into the hotel allowed him to have weapons in the building without anyone knowing. Sources telling us that Allen allegedly snuck down 10 flights of stairs to go undetected before suddenly dashing toward that security checkpoint where he confronted police. In the note, he allegedly refers to himself as Cole, friendly federal assassin Allen. The FBI and Secret Service now launching a nationwide investigation. Within hours, FBI agents and a SWAT team were at the Allen family home in Torrance, California.
We believe that he traveled by train from Los Angeles to Chicago and then Chicago to Washington, D.C.
Allen got an engineering degree from Caltech in 2017 and went on to get a master's from Cal State last year. This interview appears to be the suspect in college showing an emergency brake he built for a wheelchair.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
More recently, Allen has been working as a tutor, even once winning an award for Teacher of the Month.
We expect to see Allen in court for his first appearance as early as today. Prosecutors say he will face gun charges, including assaulting a federal officer with a deadly weapon. And the FBI is emphasizing, George, that his investigation is far from over.
Pierre, third assassination attempt against President Trump, and the domestic terror threat about as high as it's ever been.
George, this is perhaps the most dangerous threat environment since 9/11, and there has been a surge in politically motivated attacks like nothing we've seen in decades.
Okay, Pierre, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief Washington correspondent, John Carl. John, you're former president of the White House Correspondents Association. You were in that room Saturday.
George, it was a frightening and bewildering scene. You know, that dinner has 2,600 people packed in that space. The tables are so close together that it's hard to walk around. So when those muffled shots were heard in that ballroom, what happened next was actually louder. The Secret Service charging down that center aisle, one of the few places you can freely walk in that place, crashing through barricades, knocking them over, some of them actually climbing on top of the tables, a huge television monitor going to the ground as they approached the stage. George, I have to say one of the most frightening things about that whole scene was how frightened people in the room were. Some of them diving under tables and watching those armed agents with their long guns on the top of the stage. Really something that I never thought I would see in such
in such an enclosed space. And your phone rang early Sunday morning?
Yeah, interestingly, it was just after 7 a.m. It was my landline, which I don't get many calls on, and it was the President Trump calling. He said he was calling to see if I was okay. It was clear that the real reason he was calling, in addition to that, was that he wanted to be sure that this dinner gets rescheduled. He knew that I had been involved in planning White House Correspondents' dinners. He said, we have to get this done and done soon. And as people were raising doubts about questions about the security, he wanted to say that the Secret Service, in his view, performed very well, that they jumped into action and saved a lot of lives.
John Carl, thanks very much, Robin.
Okay, George, now to the latest on the war with Iran. Peace talks are in limbo after President Trump canceled a trip by his top negotiators over the weekend. Our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, has that story for us. Good morning to you, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. This morning, it is back to the business of trying to end this war for the president. He is expected to meet in the Situation Room with his national security team today. There had been signs of progress, but that was shattered over the weekend. This morning, stalemate after the next round of possible peace talks between the U.S. and Iran were abruptly canceled.
We canceled the trip. We have all the cards.
President Trump has repeatedly claimed Iran wants to negotiate again since the last round ended in failure. But the regime has never publicly said there would be a direct meeting with the U.S. Over the weekend, the president calling off his Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner, who were set to travel to Pakistan.
We're not going to spend 15 hours in airplanes all the time going back and forth to be giving a document that was not good enough. And so we'll deal by telephone, and they can call us anytime they want.
Iran's foreign minister instead leaving Pakistan Saturday after meeting with Pakistani leaders. As the war enters week 9, the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, Iran refusing to negotiate until the U.S. ends its naval blockade. On Friday, the president could hit another roadblock. The 1973 War Powers Resolution may force President Trump to seek congressional approval to continue the war past the 60-day mark. On May 1st, that 60-day threshold will be reached. Democrats are pushing for an end to the conflict, and Iran has proposed new terms for a deal, but officials tell us they fall well short of the administration's red lines. Michael?
All right, Martha, thank you. We're going to turn now to the deadly severe weather outbreak. Dozens of tornadoes and hundreds of damaging storms reported in the heartland over the past several days. Alex Perez is in Kansas City, Missouri with the latest for us. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. It's been a long night of rumbling storms and heavy rain here in the Kansas City area. Severe weather creating problems for millions over the weekend.
Whoa! Overnight, severe weather continuing to wreak havoc. More than 30 million Americans on alert for severe weather from the plains to the Midwest. In Miami County, Kansas, powerful storms damaging at least 10 structures, knocking down rows of power lines and uprooting massive trees.
I was up here and it was lightninging, and I went down to my house and it like started to rain and wind really hard, and I just remember a lot of stuff like coming across the sky.
In northeast Oklahoma, a severe thunderstorm moving through. This tornado forming near Foraker with a funnel cloud also in the sky. Missouri pounded by hail. This supercell near Interstate 49, large stones littering the highway. Over the weekend, deadly storms across North Texas. Hail, lightning,
large wedge tornado,
and tornadoes where at least 2 people have died in storm-related deaths. Our Ike Ejachi there.
The National Weather Service says an EF2 tornado touched down right here in Runaway Bay, Texas, displacing up to 20 families in this area and causing untold damage just like this.
Families pulled from the rubble to safety.
My brother had to dig my parents out of the debris. It was terrible. Yeah, everything is gone.
And this threat is not over just yet. More severe weather is expected today and tonight as this storm now moves east. George?
Thanks very much, Robin. What's next?
Well, we're going to switch gears now to the NBA playoffs. LeBron James and Lakers go for the sweep. Wemby returns. I know you got the biggest moments for us, Larry.
We do. Good morning to you all and to you. So LeBron and the Lakers were looking to become the first team to advance in these playoffs with the Houston Rockets. They had other ideas. Amen Thompson leading the way for Houston with 23 points, beating LA 115-96 for their first win of the series. They did it despite superstar Kevin Durant on the sidelines with that ankle injury. So now, guys, it's 3-1, Game 5 in LA on Wednesday. To the early game now, Joel Embiid, a surprise starter for the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 4 of their series with the Boston Celtics. Just 17 days after undergoing an appendectomy, Embiid seemed fine. Just fine, as he led the team with 26 points. Not enough, though, to stop the Celtics. They beat the Sixers 128-96 to take a commanding 3-game lead on that series. Spurs superstar Victor Wembanyama was also back on the court after that concussion in Game 2 of San Antonio's series with the Portland Trail Blazers. He cleared the league's protocol. He was able to play in Game 4, and good thing, the Blazers were leading by 17 at the half, but Wemby, he spurred the San Antonio team into action. Thank you very much. And they dominated the second half, going on to a 114-93 win. Wemby, 27 points, 11 rebounds, as San Antonio now leads the series 3-1. And finally, the Toronto Raptors overcoming an 8-point fourth quarter deficit to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. So their series is now tied at 2 games each. Yeah, it's been so fun.
Still a lot of basketball left to be played. Anything can happen.
I got to say, let's go Knicks.
You'll be courtside.
And coming up, James Longman is in Washington for the royal visit. Hey, James.
Hi, George. Charles and Camilla arrive here in D.C. today. The shooting over the weekend, the war in Iran, the Epstein scandal, all looming large. It's a complicated trip. I'll have all the details.
And also ahead, prepare for liftoff, the new air taxis that could be coming to an airport near you. Gio with that JFK with a closer look that could turn an hour-long drive, if you're lucky, into minutes in the air. We'll talk about the safety questions and the cost just ahead.
And new at 7:30, a rule change for one major airline and what they will require passengers to keep visible on flights. But first, let's go back to Ginger and that severe weather we're seeing.
You know, we've known it was going to be a big outbreak, but we're at 54 reported tornadoes in just the last 4 days, and there are more coming today. There are actually a couple of tornado warnings on the map as we speak. So in Missouri, just south of Kansas City, where that line just blew through, you saw the rain for Alex there, between Kirksville and Columbia. But there are severe thunderstorm watches all the way down to Poplar Bluff and Cape Girardeau. This is just the morning round. There is another round that's coming through the afternoon, and that's the one that we're most concerned with, that will have the ability to make tornadoes. So by this afternoon, that line is just north and west of St. Louis, and if it has enough time to kind of re-instigate the atmosphere, it could start to spin. And that's why all the way through 7 p.m., St. Louis down into the boot of Missouri, up through Chicago, down into central Illinois, like Evansville. You also have places like Columbia, Missouri involved today. That's where the greatest tornado threat lies. If you are in the highlighted area here in parts of Missouri or Illinois, I want you to have 2 ways of getting warnings. But don't sleep on the damaging wind part of this. All the way down into Arkansas and Tennessee, you could see gusts easily over 70 miles per hour, and flash flooding will be another issue that we have to deal with, Robin.
That is part of the story. What about the wildfires?
Yeah, we wish we could move this rain down because they just have not gotten enough as these storms slip through the southeast. Brantley County, Georgia, this fire has exploded over the weekend as we anticipated because that drought is so intense. There are some showers that are going to try to come through, a little bit of humidity that will build, which will make things a little easier for firefighters. But this drought is beyond. I mean, we've seen the worst in decades. You can see it here. This is the update from late last week. That exceptional is right where a lot of these fires are. That exceptional is the top level of drought for all of the drought monitors. So we're going to keep seeing that grow, unfortunately, even though we have some of those showers. The overall trend, though, is a little wetter in the very places that we need it. So that would be good news. Also good news here because they are so wet and those flooded rivers are getting more rain tonight.
Coming up on GMA, Anne Hathaway is here to talk about The Devil Wears Prada 2 and a whole lot more. Looking forward to that. It's going to happen when we come back.
Hello.
Wow.
Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry, who is this? Do you know her? Do I know her?
I'm Andy Sachs. Andrea.
She was one of the Emilys.
One of the what?
Everyone knows Anne Hathaway. Come on, welcome back to GMA. She's going to be here live this morning to talk everything The Devil Wears Prada 2, from the red carpets to her character's return to Runway magazine.
She's got a big year coming up as
does.
well. That is all coming up here. First new at 7:30. One police officer was killed, another fighting for his life after a shooting at a Chicago hospital. Officials say the gunman was brought into the emergency department for treatment before he opened fire. The shooter is now in custody. The officer who lost his life was identified as 38-year-old John Bartholomew. The Senate appears to be on track to confirm President Trump's nominee for Federal Reserve Chair. Republican Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina had been blocking a vote on nominee Kevin Warsh, while current chair Jerome File faced a federal investigation. After a federal prosecutor said that case was being dropped, Tillis said he'd let the nomination move forward.
American Airlines will soon require passengers to keep portable chargers visible and within reach while in use on flights. Passengers will also be limited to 2 portable chargers each. American says the policy allows crew members to respond quickly in case of any issues such as a fire. It takes effect this Friday. In a major milestone in the running world, a sub-2-hour marathon. Sebastian Solway of Kenya won the London Marathon in 1 hour, 59 minutes and 30 seconds. It is the first official sub-2-hour marathon ever. The second place finisher also broke the 2-hour mark. I'm going to read this, but the London Marathon is a relatively flat course. The weather conditions were perfect for running.
So what?
I don't care if you're running downhill for the whole marathon. That's fast.
We all agree.
Yeah. Amazing.
We're going to turn now to the state visit of King Charles and Queen Camilla. They arrive at the White House today during a tense moment in U.S.-British relations over NATO and the Iran war. Chief International Correspondent James Longman is in Washington. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. Diplomatic relations between the UK and the US aren't quite as bad as they were 250 years ago, but President Trump's repeated attacks on the UK for not joining the war in Iran are stinging, and so Britain is playing its best card, the King.
The King and Queen are coming to America. Undeterred by Saturday night shooting, they're here to mend Britain's relationship with President Trump. He's lashed out repeatedly at the UK for not joining the war in Iran. So Britain is on a transatlantic charm offensive.
It comes at a time when the world is, well, in a very tricky place. He's basically here to confirm the enduring links between Britain and America, and to show that there is close ties between the two countries, but more importantly, to mark a really significant milestone in the history of the United States of America.
And it's not just the war that looms over this trip, but the Epstein scandal and the 2 active UK police investigations into the King's brother, disgraced Andrew, and Britain's former ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Both have denied wrongdoing and have not been charged. The president's past comments on Harry and Meghan also threatened to open up deep wounds, recently dismissing remarks from the prince after he visited Ukraine, saying he's not speaking for the UK. But Sunday, Trump kept the tone positive.
He's a friend of mine for a long time, so he's coming and we're going to have a great time, and he represents his nation like nobody else can do it.
On the agenda today, tea with the Trumps, and tomorrow the King will address Congress before a state dinner at the White House. Their Majesties are here to mark America's 250th birthday. It echoes a visit Queen Elizabeth made on the 200th anniversary of independence. The Trumps are hosting the royals after enjoying 2 state visits to the UK, one with Charles and the other with his mother.
Today they will do tea at the White House, and then there's a garden party reception at the British Embassy. But that speaks to one of the issues looming over this whole trip. The former British ambassador to the United States was fired over his links to Jeffrey Epstein. This is a delicate diplomatic mission, guys.
It truly is, James. Our thanks to you. We're going to turn now to the case of the stolen drones. Over a dozen chemical spraying drones were taken in New Jersey, and our chief investigative correspondent Eric Katursky is here, and rightfully so. Authorities are taking this very seriously while they look for a motive.
Oh, they sure are, Robin, because thieves stole 15 agricultural drones from a shipping company in New Jersey, raising concerns over what those thieves intended to do with them. These are large drones built for precision spraying of crops, and the fear is, in the wrong hands, they could be programmed to disperse dangerous chemicals over a route controlled by GPS. The March theft, first reported by the High Side, is not the first time drones have raised concerns in New Jersey. Back in 2024, sightings of swarms of drones were reported throughout the state. It's unclear whether these stolen drones represent a true threat, but law enforcement officials routinely raise alarms at the possibility more sophisticated drones could pose a risk to public gatherings and high-profile events because they now have extended battery life, increased speeds, and capacity for larger payloads. And, guys, law enforcement officials have really limited options to actually bring them down.
Because these particular drones, they're nice size.
Oh,
big
yeah.
size.
They're about the size of an ATV.
Wow.
They're huge.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Not what you normally think of with a drone.
That's right.
All right, Aaron. Thank you.
Now, GMA, with a closer look at air taxis. Imagine landing at one of the biggest airports here in New York City and getting in something like a helicopter to bring you to your hotel instead of a cab. Well, they're the company that is doing demonstration flights, and of course, transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at JFK Airport with a special look at that. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, here it is. This is it. This is the Joby Air Taxi. It is incredibly quiet. It is fully electric. And while we're talking about New York right now, the whole goal here is to eventually bring this to communities all across the country. This morning, a first look at New York's next generation taxi. Looks more like an oversized drone than a yellow cab. The Air Taxi, flown by Joby Aviation, which recorded these videos of a demonstration flight showing how it all works. The flight takes off from JFK Airport vertically like a helicopter, flying across the East River with stunning views of New York's famous bridges and that unmistakable skyline, landing at several areas across Manhattan. The hour-long or longer taxi ride to New York City down to just 7 minutes in the electric air taxi.
How can you make an aircraft that you can actually fly to work in, fly to the airport in a way that is actually not disruptive to your community, that's emission-free, that's quiet?
How quiet? Well, it turns out they're 100 times quieter than helicopters. In fact, once approved by the FAA, they'll replace the Blade helicopters and cost far less to operate, all to be booked within the Uber app.
Our goal is that we're going to be competitive with premium car services at launch, and we think that that's achievable, and that the technology, and we think this is going to be broadly accessible to lots of people.
While we don't know exactly when the FAA will sign off, it's safe to say they're in the final stages and could be flying within the next year.
We're just at the dawning moments of a transportation revolution, which is going to take us into the skies for our daily mobility.
Okay, so again, the next 10 days are just demonstration flights because that's an important part of the FAA approval. But I want to show you this because I've been asking about that safety issue, of course. I'm told that we have 6 different propellers. Each one of these propellers also has a second backup motor in it. So talk about redundancy, Michael.
Well, yeah, you know something, we're talking about it. George and I are like, we want to go, and Lara and Robin are like, no way. Well, you know,
we're too impatient.
Yeah, we're impatient, that's right. But for people out there who are considering this, how much are these air taxis expected to cost versus just hopping in a yellow cab or car service?
So I understand the concern. Robin, Lara, don't worry, I'll test it out first. But we're talking about obviously more money than a yellow cab, for sure. But think of an Uber Black, right? An Uber Black, I just looked up the price this morning from JFK into the city. It's about $140. The goal is to match that.
That's not bad at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're going to match the cab, and cut off the time.
Actually, it's really close.
Yeah. So, all right, so you're the tiebreaker because we have 2 yays, 2 nays.
Sounds like he's a go.
So you're a go. So you tip the scales here.
I mean, for now, I'm looking at this. I like the fact that it has 6 propellers. I like that it has those backup motors. So far, I'm a go.
Yeah, I would like a backup pilot.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, so the second pilot.
But Gio, how's the future looking with this? What does this say about the future?
Well, you know what, Michael? This can go, right now, this is going about 13 miles from JFK to the city, but we're talking about possibly going about 100 miles out. So this could be the future of regional travel.
All right, you two better get on the bandwagon. Get on the air taxi. Let's go.
Starting to waver.
Yeah. Oh, check back with us in a little bit.
Yeah.
With the play of the day, and the Eagles make some consider a risky pick at the NFL draft, but some people I think it's a smart move.
It's super exciting. I mean, I love this story. So many of college football's most celebrated stars were featured in the draft over the last few days, and something really unexpected happened in the 7th and final round. Watch this reaction as Nigerian Uwar Bernard is drafted by the Eagles as the 251st overall pick. Here's the twist. Bernard has never played a single down of organized football. He grew up in a small village in Nigeria. He was introduced to the game by Michael's former teammate, New York Giants star Osi Umenyiora. Did I get it?
Osi Umenyiora.
Umenyiora.
You got it.
There we go. So Bernard, invited to participate in the NFL Nigeria camp. Listen to these numbers. Bernard,
look at it.
6'4", 306 pounds, 6% body fat. Last month he ran the 40-yard dash in 4.63 seconds, and he can jump vertical leap 39 inches. Michael, it sounds like this is a no-brainer to me. What do you think?
The numbers are like mind-blowing. Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, very rarely misses, if he misses at all. So I think it's a smart pick.
All right.
Yeah,
You
more
heard it here
upside than you
first.
could imagine with this kid.
What position?
Defensive tackle.
That's what I
And
would.
but as fast as he is, he can play end. I mean, this guy. We'll see, George. Never played football. Now he has no bad habits to break.
Well, and that's actually not a bad point, too.
But then the Eagles have another player that had no prior.
Yeah, the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That worked
Jordan
out okay.
Mailata, yeah.
Worked out
He's an
really well.
all-pro,
And
yeah.
he said he's just going to give it everything he has, and every day will get better.
Yeah.
Him and
for
Mailata
him.
can
Good for
trade
him.
notes.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking overnight. New details in the White House Correspondents' dinner shooting. President Trump and the First Lady on stage when the shots rang out. Most of the presidential line of succession in the ballroom, swarmed by law enforcement. Guests duck under tables.
Certainly a very unsettling scene, just a few moments into this dinner.
Video shows the suspect charging past the Secret Service checkpoint. How did he get as close as he did so heavily armed? Agents took down the 31-year-old and took him into custody. This morning, what we know about his access to the hotel and the pressing security questions for upcoming events like the World Cup.
The alarming new data about social media scams, how some criminals are even buying ads to look like real businesses on sites like Facebook. Now, the 4 ways to spot a scam and how to help protect yourself.
And look who's waking up with us.
Hello.
20 years after the iconic cerulean speech and the
Chanel boots? Yeah, I am.
Our studio is excited because Oscar winner Anne Hathaway is back.
Oh my God, just hide a feeling for once, please.
The Devil Wears Prada 2-star is here live as we say Good Morning America. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Monday. Good Morning America. Appropriate song. Good Morning America. Lori Bergamato is here. ABC Secret Savings that are all about mom. Terrific gifts for her upcoming special day, plus a bonus box you cannot afford to miss.
Also ahead, as the plane was about to get ready to land, they got a new passenger, a newborn baby. We have the midair miracle story just ahead.
Looks very calm right there. First look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the latest on the shooting at the White House Correspondents' dinner. Chief White House Correspondent Mary Bruce is in Washington. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning again, George. And this annual event is really intended to bring Washington together, but in many ways it is the ultimate target. Most of the presidential line of succession was there in the room Saturday night when Secret Service swarmed in. All of us, they're told to get down as they race to protect the president and other key officials. This morning, the terrifying and chaotic scene at the White House Correspondents' dinner. The president, First Lady, and the evening's entertainer, Oz the Mentalist, seen talking on stage when a loud bang was heard. The First Lady visibly shaken, appearing to mouth what happened. Law enforcement immediately rushing in, swarming the ballroom. Secret Service forcing the president to the ground, rushing him off stage. Meanwhile, some 2,600 guests hitting the ground, ducking under tables. Most of the presidential line of succession there in the room. Vice President J.D. Vance, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Marco Rubio, and Pete Hegseth all evacuated. FBI Director Kash Patel right there too, just outside the ballroom. Trump posting this video of the alleged suspect, now identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen, charging past a Secret Service checkpoint. Secret Service forcing the would-be gunman to the ground. One agent shot and wounded in the attempted attack. Law enforcement officials now say he was planning a mass shooting, targeting the president and other top administration officials. Back at the White House, Trump addressing reporters shortly after the incident.
I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise.
And despite this attempted attack, the president says he is not reconsidering attending events like this in the future or changing his own security posture. He told reporters this is, quote, a dangerous profession, and argued essentially, unfortunately, this is now part of the job. Michael.
All right, Mary, thank you so much. You know, experts are calling this a volatile and complex threat environment. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is back with more on that. Good morning again, Aaron.
And again to you, Michael. So when this guy charged the Secret Service checkpoint, he exposed a security vulnerability that law enforcement officials have long feared. Authorities said the suspect was a guest at the Washington Hilton, giving him access to an otherwise secure hotel with unchecked baggage. Same thing happened in 2017 when a gunman loaded bags full of weapons into Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas and then committed the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Sources told ABC News the suspect in this case booked his room earlier this month and boarded a train from Los Angeles to Chicago, from there on to Washington. The belief is he traveled with his weapons, all suggesting this was no spur-of-the-moment thing, but something thought about in advance. Sources also told ABC News the suspect sent a message to his family just before allegedly rushing the checkpoint, describing himself as a friendly federal assassin. We're told he did not mention Trump by name, but it does serve as a vivid reminder of the political violence now a feature of American public life. Trump has certainly been targeted before, and so have Democrats, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro a year ago this month. And June is going to mark a year since the Speaker of the Minnesota House and her husband were killed in a politically motivated shooting. There are security questions this morning for upcoming high-profile events, like the visit beginning today from King Charles, the FIFA World Cup, and in July, America's 250th birthday. Robin?
Rightfully, a lot of concern. All right. Aaron, thank you. We're going to turn now to the dramatic moments on a plane when an expectant mother unexpectedly went into labor on a flight from Atlanta to Portland. Elizabeth Schulze has that story for us. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is being called a mid-air miracle. That flight traveling from Atlanta to Portland this weekend was about 30 minutes from landing when a pregnant woman on board could not wait any longer to give birth. A recent Delta Airlines flight gained an unexpected passenger when a woman suddenly went into labor mid-flight.
The baby has been delivered on the aircraft. So they're going to be coming in with the baby delivered.
The plane from Atlanta was preparing to land in Portland, Oregon, when crew members, along with a doctor and 2 nurses on board, stepped in to help deliver a baby girl at cruising altitude. The plane was met by emergency crews on the ground, where both the mother and newborn were reported to be in stable condition. Delta says it does not restrict pregnant passengers from flying, but recommends consulting a doctor before travel in the later stages of pregnancy. The airline also says its flight crews receive comprehensive medical training to assist in situations like this. Delta saying, "We extend our sincere thanks to the crew and medical volunteers on board who stepped in to provide care to a customer on board prior to landing in Portland," adding, "We wish the new family all the best." So one of the EMTs on board said she was looking for blankets and couldn't find any, so she actually asked passengers for theirs. When that flight landed, the whole plane erupted in cheers. Both the mom and baby are doing well, guys.
And that is what is most important.
Yes.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much.
Coming up in our GMA Morning Menu, the alarming new data about social media scams on sites like Facebook, the 4 ways to spot a scam, and how to protect yourself.
Also ahead, Madonna gearing up for her next album in a big way, how the Material Girl surprised her fans. Larry's going to have that in Pop News.
And Anne Hathaway's here to tell us all about The Devil Wears Prada 2. Everything going on with it. Also Meryl Streep, the rest of the cast together again 20 years later. And Larry, you've got a special guest.
I do, and he's our friend. Matthew Rhys is back with us. We're going to talk about his brand new series. It's called Widow's Bay. What could go wrong there? People are saying this is like nothing else on TV. I got a little sneak peek. We're going to share more with you, with Matthew, and so much more on Good Morning America. Stay with us. You ready? You seem thrilled.
I am. I know I am. I am.
A gorgeous day here in New York City. And back now with our GMA cover story and new data just out this morning from the FTC about social media scams, with people reporting a staggering $2.1 billion in losses in 2025, more than any other type of scam. ABC News Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here with more on the story and how to stay safe. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Michael. And we really want our viewers to hear this one so they can protect themselves because, Michael, the bottom line here is that scammers are getting more and more creative. They get to their victims in all sorts of ways, phone calls, texts, emails. But this new data from the FTC shows that social media is a, quote, scammer favorite. They can create fake profiles or even use what you post to figure out how to target you. And here's the really scary part. Some scammers are even buying ads and getting the same tools that real businesses are using to target you by your age, your interest, and your shopping habits. How much money did this scam cost you?
$172,000.
Determined to help his family, disabled veteran and volunteer Craig Wilkinson started searching for information to grow his nest egg.
When I was younger, I figured the VA is going to take care of me. I'm doing fine like that. But then having 3 kids with my wife, I started thinking that I should have something for the future.
He said he clicked on an ad on Facebook that appeared to be from a legitimate financial firm, one he'd researched to learn about investing. It led him to this WhatsApp group. But scammers were impersonating real employees of the firm, offering daily classes on investing and stock market updates like this one. Craig said he was matched with a mentor named Emily. His initial investment, $5,500. You thought you were communicating with a reputable investment firm the entire time. What kind of tactics were this person who went by the name Emily using with you?
The questions to get to know you. And then, how's your mom doing? Just one thing after another.
After 5 months and thousands of messages, Craig's investment appeared to grow to more than $3 million. But he said when he tried to withdraw some of that balance, he was told it would cost him more fees. Now, out about $170,000, he decided to contact state police and the FTC, who are working to potentially recover some of his funds.
Social media gives scammers the edge. They can target people based on their personal details, their interests, their shopping habits. The scams today seem much less scripted in many cases and more dynamic and customized to the individual that's being targeted.
They are more and more customizable, and that is why the FTC says in 2025, these investment scams caused the biggest reported losses of scams initiating on social media, $1.1 billion. More than half of that money was lost to investment scammers, and there are some big red flags to really watch for here. An ad or a post offering a program to teach you how to invest. Scammers posing as friendly advisors, creating WhatsApp groups full of so-called successful investors, sharing glowing but fake testimonials. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is, guys. And Meta, who owns Facebook and WhatsApp, is telling us in a statement, quote, "We aggressively combat these scams across our platforms with strong default protections and advanced detection systems. We're continuing to invest in new technology to help people spot and avoid scams." They also told us they took action against the WhatsApp accounts that violated their policies. And I just want to give a huge appreciation, guys, to Craig, who shared his story. It was really tough, not just the money he lost, but for his family and feeling like he broke their trust too by doing this thing. So thank you to him, and I hope it helps other people. He does too.
Well, yeah, Craig was trying to make it better for his family.
Exactly.
And obviously, if $2.1 billion is lost of scams a year, he's not the only one out there.
This is so prevalent. I don't know about you guys. I get some kind of email, text, or phone call
every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
I do too.
Constant.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not as savvy or a little bit older. It's very easy to get hooked.
Very believable.
And Rebecca, thank you for keeping us on top of that. Thank you so much. Now, time for some pop news. Change the energy here, Larry.
Let's
go.
Right now. We're going to start with a little BTS on BTS. How about that? After a 4-year hiatus, the K-pop supergroup is back. They kicked off the North American leg of their tour in Florida over the weekend, and our affiliate in Tampa was able to get a front row seat to all the action. Sensation as the beloved band performed to a sold-out crowd. 60,000 fans were there. The 7 members of the group lauded big time, singing nearly all of their songs from their most recent album, Are You Wrong? They also performed fan favorites like Butter, Dynamite, and Permission to Dance. As for why they kicked things off in Tampa, apparently it's thanks to one of the members, Jin, who hit the city during a solo tour last year. He loved it. He told the crowd, I remembered that experience and strongly recommended to the group that we should come back. The 34-city tour heads to El Paso, Texas for their next stop. So great to have them back.
Yeah, great start.
Come on to GMA, guys. We love having you. Hey, also in music news this morning, Madonna surprised bargoers at a very popular gay bar in LA over the weekend. The icon and her music producer, Stuart Price, appeared at Club Confessions. It's a one-night party at the Abbey in West Hollywood Saturday night, DJing, playing 2 never-before-heard songs that will be on her upcoming album, Confessions 2. The songs were Freedom and Love Sensation. Here's a little bit of Love Sensation. There she is, doing it. Some pals of Madonna's must have been in on the surprise. They were there to support her. We're talking Cara Delevingne, Lily Allen, Addison Rae, Tori Spelling, and several of RuPaul Drag Race co-stars. Madonna's new album, Confessions 2, drops July 3rd.
She's just not stopping.
Nope.
Oh, not anytime soon. Nope.
Agreed. Hey, country music on top of the Billboard charts this week. Ella Langley's sophomore album, Dandelion. It is so good.
It's good.
And in the top spot on the Billboard 200 for the 2nd week in a row. This comes after her single, Choosing Texas, spent 7 non-consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. People are choosing Ella and her style of country right now. It's been 2 years since a country album by a woman spent 2 weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200. The last one was Beyonce's Cowboy Carter in 2024. It was a big weekend for Langley. He took to the main stage at Stagecoach to perform on Friday night. She is on fire.
What?
I was saying, it was Reese Witherspoon's daughter in the video.
Oh,
they saw her.
We have to look. I have to
Okay,
look.
okay.
I'll check that out for you. Get back to you on that.
Yeah.
Finally, we're going to.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you.
Let us know. Hey, finally, so the King of Pop ruling the box office. Michael, the much anticipated biopic chronicling the rise of the King of Pop, starring his real-life nephew Jafar Jackson, has smashed box office records. The movie bringing in $97 million domestically in its debut, raking in $120 million internationally. Guys, that's a lot of people moonwalking to the theater who want to know. That's 217 million worldwide. And all those fans made it the biggest box office opening in history for a musical biopic. Wow. So far this year, it's the 2nd biggest opening of any movie behind the Super Mario Galaxy
I can't wait to see it.
movie. I cannot wait. We had a
lot of friends have seen it and they said it is fantastic.
Yeah, critically, getting a lot of critical acclaim as well. So that's pop.
Thank you, Lau. Now to ABC Secret Savings. GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato, a mom of 3, is here with the perfect present for Mother's Day. Plus, a secret savings first. Ooh, okay, that's a little bit of tease
there, yeah.
Good morning, Lori.
Good morning, Robin. So we have something really fun. I think everybody on set's really excited about it. This is from Hangry Bear. So for your mama bear, don't let her get hangry. This is ice cream. So you can start with premium ice cream or 100% vegan frozen option. So if mama's vegan, got that too. My kids and I actually did this together. So you get a form to fill out. There are so many options, really fun. Oh, great. You can pick your premium flavor and then you get up to 3 mix-ins or 2 syrup swirls. So like for example, this one, we started with sweet cream ice cream and we added those Stroop waffle pieces and we named it Stroop. There it is. I mean, actually, I named it. I grew up in the 90s, guys. Come on, let's be honest. So you can create your own custom flavor, save 20% on 6 pints with free shipping.
How could they have this and no spoons for us? I mean, come on. All right.
Maybe for later. Maybe for later.
All right.
Okay, next up, Everybody loves to give jewelry as a Mother's Day gift, and you can't do better than Maya J, you guys. These give you some personal treasures. You can pick your chain, so you can do a paper clip chain or a snake chain or rope. We've got lots of different options in 14 karat yellow or white gold plated. Then you can load it with charms. There are birthstone rounds, hearts, moons, paws if you've got a pet mama, little stars, crosses, like lots of different things for mom to choose, for you to choose for mom. You could save 50% there.
Beautiful, so delicate there.
Okay, so this was also getting a lot of attention on set from Urban Acres. This is Punch Needle, Robin. So views on TikTok for Punch Needle are up to 1 billion views. Isn't that insane?
I believe it.
And it's great because even if you're not so crafty, or if you are, this is really fun. So it's a little different than embroidery. You actually punch the needle through. It's easy to learn and possible to put down. And it's packed with really fun designs that give you that rug-like texture. Everything you need is in the box, and you can save more than 20% per kit.
Some great designs there.
Yeah. And Mahjong. I mean, we have our own queen of Mahjong, Lara, here on the set.
Mahjong.
You can now take it anywhere, Lara. So no bulky tiles or racks. You just shuffle and deal. This is for everyone, for beginners, right, to longtime players. Or you can even get a cute little sweater here that says Mahjong on it. So if your mom is a Momjong, Mahjong for her. So save more than 20% from Play Away. Mahjong. And then, you know this, you love this, the digital frame from Loop. You're going to keep everybody in the loop by sending photos and videos directly to the digital frame.
Right to it.
Right to it. You just plug it in, connect it to Wi-Fi, you're ready to go. We love that it has a text to frame function. So right from your camera roll to this frame, you can save 21%.
Makes it very easy for you.
Plus free shipping. This is everything here from Porio is so incredible. We've got this mask here that will help improve skin texture and quality. We've got a detangler over here for your hair, and an IPL here, which is great, Robin, because this is going to remove hair in 12 weeks with consistent use. And guys, 12 weeks is going to bring us to peak beach season, middle of July. So if you get started now, I'm just saying, it's going to look great by then. You can save 40% on that big assortment.
And here?
And as we teased at the top of the segment, we've got something very exciting.
Oh, is this what we're talking about?
For the first time ever.
What is this?
We have an ABC Secret Savings First. It is the April Discover box, Robin. So 17 full-size products in one limited edition box. You can discover new favorites to keep for yourself or to share, and you can learn more on our site.
Absolutely. So this is a first for us.
This is the first time we're doing it. So really, really great stuff. Like I said, keep it, share it, love it.
Yeah, it's not a first for us, it's a first for you. Because we have partnered with these companies on these huge savings. You can get them by scanning the QR code on your screen or going to abcsecretsavings.com. You know who's coming up next? Live in our studio, and Hathaway is here. So come on back to GMA. Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City. And what a way for us to start the new week. We are back with Oscar winner, newly crowned People's Most Beautiful Woman, Anne Hathaway. Yes! Of course she's back with Devil Wears Prada too. Bless your heart. You've always been so kind to us and so good to us. And we're excited. We're not the only ones.
No.
Oh my goodness. The press blitz around the world. And last week, Lincoln Center, all that. What's been the best part for you with all this?
Oh, I just think as much fun as it is to be out there and celebrating it and see the fans' reactions, it's the in-between moments when I'm just kind of with the cast. It's just amazing, you know, because even when we were making it, there was so much to do. So it's just lovely to have just hang time and, like, I don't know, compare recipes.
I love that hang time.
I get that. You can feel the chemistry.
You do seem to enjoy each other's company so much. So tell us how you reacquainted yourself with Andy Sachs.
So I actually jumped onto this when I was working on Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And I pretty much got off set and I had to show up on this one ready to go. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. I knew the script was great. My costume fittings were going awesome. Molly Rogers is our costume designer on this one, and she was doing phenomenal work. The thing that got me back into it was the music. I just listened to the music from the first one, and all of a sudden, all of the memories came back of, you know, who I was when I was 22 and how scared I was making it, and then what David Frankel, our director, did to kind of create Andy Sachs. And I just, like, that was the thing that got me back into it, was remembering that I was just in the safest, best hands.
Right.
And that someone, before I even knew how to give a performance, someone had gotten a performance out of me, and I was lucky enough to get to work with him again.
He's so great.
Isn't he the nicest?
He really
He's like
is,
such a magical person.
And I just want to point out, I know it was so important for you and the filmmakers to really be inclusive on this film and representing all body types, all people, all kinds of characters out there. It was really refreshing to see.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you say that. It was just this kind of quick thing that happened on set, and now it's become a much bigger story. And actually, I do want to mention there's like a little misinformation getting out there right now that people were fired because of the size inclusivity, and that just didn't happen. Nobody lost their jobs. It was only, in fact, it created more jobs, and it was just about making sure that so many different body types saw themselves in a moment in the script where, and it's so hard because I can't say what the scene is about, but like there's a song that Gaga wrote, and like it's a beautiful, amazing song,
I know the scene.
and you know it, and so,
smiling
and isn't
ear to
it
ear.
better when you see so many different types of bodies up there with that?
I mean, I noted it, and I just love the characters. It's all about the characters and rooting. You as a viewer really do root for them.
I'm so glad to hear that, because I love the movie, and people keep coming up to me who have seen it, and they're freaking out, and I just keep asking them, were you relieved? And they go, yes, I was. Actually, I had a lot riding on my,
That's so true. A lot riding. And speaking of characters, what was it like the first day you get back on set? You look over and there's Meryl Streep, but she is Miranda.
And there she is.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, as I'm sure everybody can relate to, the first thing you do is go like, oh my God, I love you. You have to do that. But what I've learned in 20 years is you zip that up and you don't show that. But the thing that was so great about this time was on the first one, Meryl made this, I think, very, oh my God, this is live, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the words just went out of my head. It's happening.
It happens to us, trust me.
Meryl made something, it's going to sound really grandiose, but she made a sacrifice because Meryl loves The Hang. And she decided that she should kind of withdraw from the social aspect of making the film, so that way we would really spend time with Miranda. And on this one, what was so great was I finally got to work with Meryl Streep. She was herself. The Hang was impeccable. The vibes were great. And so,
we can't wait another second. We got to see clip.
Hi.
Hi.
We weren't properly introduced yesterday. I'm Andy Sachs.
Charlie. I'm the second assistant.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey. Everybody just calls me Charlie with a chair if you want, because Amari won't let me leave my desk. Oh, no, it's okay. A million girls would kill for this job.
Heard that. Is Miranda? There you are. There you are. I am on time.
So, you're the kind of person who thinks on time is on time. Okay, got it. All right, come on, I'll show you to your office.
This is brilliant. It's brilliantly done. All those things that are put in like that.
You mentioned the Odyssey. You've got so many big projects coming up this year. How are you going to do it all?
I'm just going to enjoy the ride and try to, I don't know, the thing that's, you're asking me a question I don't know. I can't really see beyond this moment and this conversation, but I know that I have an awesome team and I'm the luckiest girl in the world to be in these wonderful movies. And that's the other thing, what we were talking about before. It's so exciting to be in movies people are excited to see. So I just hope at the end of this year, people will be able to show a ticket stub for all of them because that meant they went to the movies.
And you can't even get a ticket stub yet for Princess Diaries.
I hope, I promise that will happen.
Oh, that's such a great promise.
It's just we're not on a specific timeline yet, but as soon as I am on one, you guys will be the first people I call.
Well, as you said recently, this is not a dress rehearsal. It's showtime. Showtime. And you are showing up. And it's been wonderful watching you grow up.
I just can't stop touching your hands. I'm sorry. That's so kind.
But it's true, and you've allowed us.
It's been nice to be given the space to grow up, because I'm the first person to say, really did not know anything walking through the door, and so it's been lovely to have had the space to mess up and learn from my mistakes and learn who I am as a result of them, and just kind of reform and do better. You know, like it's lovely. I know not everybody's given that opportunity.
Well, you bring the joy
Yes,
each
you
and every
do.
time. That is something that has never changed. All right, now, so tomorrow, Emily Blunt, Stanley
Lucky
Tucci,
people. Oh, there'll be
Stanley Tucci. We get to hang with them. They're going to be here live, and The Devil Wears Prada 2. You don't have to wait much longer. It opens on Friday.
It's so good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Coming up, we got a Disney artist makes this teen's Make-A-Wish dream come true. So come on back to Jimmy. Well done.
Who's your friend? Mickey? This one's yours.
We love Disney's Week of Wishes, and Larry, you just got a great story.
Yeah, this is a good one. Kids ask Make-A-Wish to make all kinds of wishes. And for EJ, his wish was to meet a Disney animator that he has long admired.
With a stroke of a pencil, a character comes to life.
Let's make some magic!
And so has EJ's wish with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to draw with a Disney animator.
What I love most is how we can use art to communicate feelings to others, how we can make people cry, how we can make people laugh, how it has a way to connect with people. That's what I love most about animation.
Disney is the foundation's largest wish maker. Every hour of every day, a wish is granted.
I'm just sneaking in here with you guys. Oh, Mr. Tomorrow. Jay, how are you? Oh, nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, too.
EJ receiving a warm welcome by the Walt Disney Company CEO, Josh D'Amaro. And some cast members.
Wow.
EJ had a specific Disney animator he wanted to meet, his idol Eric Goldberg, the artist behind The Genie.
I'm getting kind of fond of you, kid.
Wonderful to meet you.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time together.
Yeah, we are.
And then you make a little line down here like this.
That's really good, by the way, EJ. Thanks.
That's great. Wow. He draws beautifully. He already knows so much about how to draw the characters and their history. And to quote John Wayne in True Grit, he reminds me of me.
Never thought I'd be here.
Disney spreading joy when it's needed most. That's always been part of our DNA. It's been part of our DNA since the very beginning. And we've been doing it for more than 40 years. And then just on a personal level, this is something, it hits home for me. I'm a Make-A-Wish board member, and I'm also an uncle of a niece who is a Make-A-Wish child. I've seen firsthand how powerful a wish can be.
I'm like a kid in a candy store. I get to learn from these great artists, and I can use these skills when further developing my story, animation, and I will get here one day.
You know what, EJ? We have no doubt. Unbelievable. And we're going to tell you more about wishes fulfilled all week long.
How much do we love being teammates with Make-A-Wish?
Yeah.
And every hour of every day,
yeah,
a wish comes true.
It really changes lives.
It really does.
Thank you, Lara.
Right now to one of the summer's most anticipated movies, Toy Story 5, coming to theaters in June. And GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato is back to reveal some of the all-new products inspired by the movie. My eyes went right to the boot crop.
I know. They have so many good things, Lara. So we're going to start over here on my side with, from Lego, the Disney Pixar Toy Story 5 Lego building playset.
The characters.
Blaze's Horse Ranch. I know, it's just so fun to see Jessie and Woody and Bullseye on Blaze's Horse Ranch. So really great, creative way to get playing, right? That's what Toy Story is all about. Also from Loungefly for like the super fans.
Yeah.
If you've grown up with the movie, as so many of us have, we've got this one backpack here that's mid-size. It has 3 pockets
and 3 characters
and 3 different characters. And this has the array of characters.
Yeah, they're really so
Forky,
sweet.
my favorite, and the new character Lily Pad. And then it has this little Smarty Pants carrying case, and a crossbody body with the aliens. This from Hasbro is, Mr. Potato Head is like one of the scene stealers, right?
Of course.
So from Hasbro, this is new. It is a talking Mr. Potato Head.
Will we hear him now?
Well,
or?
we can. Here, let me show you. He comes with 25 different sayings. Can you hear that? Okay. So basically, you can take his mouthpiece out and put it back in with other different parts, and you can hear a lot of the different phrases. Oh, he's still talking.
He's busy.
Yeah. So really fun. A great thing for kids 2 and up to play with.
Yep.
We love that. And then closer to your end, we've got the new character, Lily Pad. So this is from Leapfrog. This is a great way for kids to learn and explore their letters, their numbers,
really cute.
problem-solving skills. And Toy Story 5, Mr. Potato Head still talking.
He is
America.
really a ham.
Yeah, but he has a yam.
Yeah.
But you've got a friend in me, Lara. But there's so many great things coming down the pike for Toy Story 5, so I'm really excited to show you some of them.
All right, I will try on those Crocs. But right now, you guys can scan the QR code there on your screen, or just go to our website. Just shop for the products right there. Toy Story 5 opens in theaters on my birthday, June 19th.
Now, with Emmy-winning actor Matthew Rhys, he's wowed audiences at shows like Brothers and Sisters, The Americans, and most recently, The Beast in Me, which he scared me. Now he's in the new series Widow's Bay, and he's here to tell us all about it. Matthew, thank you. Thank you for being here as always. Give it up.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the invite.
You know, but this is being described as horror with character-driven comedy.
Yes.
What did you think when you first read the script?
Exactly that. I had real moments of going, oh my God, that's terrifying, and then other moments of laughing out, genuinely laughing out loud. So I was slightly concerned that it's a tough tone to crack, but I think we did. Dare I say, I think we did it.
Well, do you ever, when you're doing it, are you ever spooked on set?
Occasionally. I tend to spook myself. I have a wild and stupid imagination, so sometimes I can do that to myself. There were moments certainly in this where I certainly did that to myself. So I can be my own worst enemy.
But do you realize how much you spook other people?
The children tell me that often, and as do most of the family. But no real grasp of it, no.
Well, that means you're doing a great job of acting. We're going to take a look at a clip. Let's check it out.
There is something about these seafaring towns, the superstitions, their tall tales. Maybe it's that stories help pass a long day at sea. I don't know, but I find it charming myself.
Was there cannibalism?
No.
Well, the article behind you. Forced inside the church, they immediately turned to cannibalism.
I don't think that's right.
I mean, it's on a framed article inside the Historical Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the comedy. It's a little bit of the spookiness. Yeah. But you know, you play so many different type of roles. You're a spy, you're a sociopath. Now you're the Seatown mayor.
Yeah.
What do your kids think about all these roles that you play and the way in which you play them?
I mean, there's heavy criticism in the fact that I never really pull anything off successfully, because they always say, oh, "That's just you. That's just you." And then when the older ones watched The Beast in Me, and they were like, "That's just you," I was like, "That's definitely not me." And stop telling other parents that's me.
I would hope that's not you.
That's not me. It's not.
I would hope not.
Yes.
You've also been referred to as the man with what they call 1,000 accents. So they say you can do any accent. I'm horrible at accents, but is there any accent that's been challenging to you, one you just have not been able to grasp
Yeah,
yet?
the southern states of America I find tricky, because without it's sort of meshing them all together or amalgamating them all together and kind of veering into kind of bad cliche, they always prove a little bit tricky for me. That and South African I've struggled with.
Well, it's really interesting. Even when I'm from Texas, so I go home and my mind has to switch over to, and then friends will go with me and go, well, you don't speak like that when you're in New York. I'm like, yeah, because it's a whole different thing down here.
Right, but when you're back in Texas, do they ever accuse you of like changing your ways? And
absolutely.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Now you just sound like a New Yorker.
I now sound like a New Yorker. Now I'm like, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah, you say coffee. Yeah.
Coffee. And then it's like, give me a cup of coffee, y'all.
Yeah.
But you're always great, man. I tell you, you're so fantastic. And and I really appreciate the work that you do.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for saying so. And once again, thank you for having me as always.
And we're looking forward to this, okay? Widow's Bay debuts Wednesday on Apple TV. Do yourself a favor. Go check out Matthew and be entertained.
We get the whole cast.
Yes, we do.
Thank you for watching,
Great
guys.
day.
Bye.